Good morning, everyone. And first of all, I am very happy to be once again co-hosting this Additive Manufacturing Conference, although this year in a virtual format and not in the Parliament. And it is hard to believe how much and how dramatically the world has changed since we last met last year in the Parliament. I remember telling you 1 year ago that as a member of the ITRE committee, and as being an engineer myself, one of my priority areas of work here in the Parliament is working towards a new and resilient industrial strategy that ensures the competitiveness of our economy and jobs of high quality. And COVID-19 has further evidenced the weaknesses in our supply chains, as well as the urgency, now more than ever, to strengthen our industry as well as our strategic autonomy. This must be the pillar of our economic recovery. And that is why it is imperative to review the industrial strategy that the European Commission published in March 2020, as it did not take into account neither the depth of the damage inflicted to the industrial sector and SMEs, neither nor the next generation recovery plan that it is about to be approved. That is why the European Parliament asked the Commission last week to develop a new industrial strategy with two phases. A first, short-term phase that focuses on recovery and that helps companies overcome the crisis, reactivate production and save jobs. And a second, which is a transformation phase, which increases competitiveness, reduces our dependence on third countries, and is the engine of the twin digital and green transition. And without doubt, additive manufacturing has to have a fundamental role in this transformation due to its potential to ensure a more resilient and competitive manufacturing industry for Europe, which is at the same time efficient and sustainable. And additive manufacturing has played an essential role during the pandemic with the production of medical equipment devices and protective equipment, and it has put this sector under the spotlight. The benefits of additive manufacturing are clear to all of us, not only the health sector, but also for car manufacturers, construction, energy, and aerospace. It can optimize the design and production process. It can reduce manufacturing cost and waste production, and increase the speed and time to market of new products producing on-demand solutions. And companies that adopt this technology in the first place will be much more competitive. That's why, as policymakers, we have to ensure that the adequate conditions are there for this technology to spread and integrate to many other sectors, making the leap from its use in prototypes to its incorporation in mass production. And that means that we need to work together, industry and all the stakeholders, in order to break down the barriers for additive manufacturing to grow and make its adoption a simple step for the manufacturing industry. I think there are various factors, but I would like to highlight three, which I believe they could contribute to unleash all the potential of this sector. First, we need to invest in research and innovation in order to continue lowering costs and investigate new materials and further applications. Second, of course, we need to address the skilled worker shortage in the sector. And third, develop adequate legislation avoiding over-regulations. Regarding the innovation, it's clear that Europe cannot cope with the twin green and digital transitions without unprecedented investments in innovation and technology. That's why the Parliament has fought to increase the budget of Horizon Europe within the next MFF up to the challenge and ambitions we face. But not only Horizon Europe, we also have the Digital Europe program and the Next Generation funds. And also, as a member of the regional committee, I would like also to highlight the importance of the structural funds. And I am aware of many research projects financed with these funds, and the need to achieve better synergies between European, national, and regional funds. We need also measures to promote private investments, as well as public-private partnerships in order to cover the extensive supply chains of this technology, and promote a cooperation between research centers, associations, universities, and companies, because only in this way we can successfully transfer the knowledge to the productive sector and society. And second, we need skills. We need qualified people. One of the main obstacles to develop IM is its lack of a specialized workforce. Workers who are able to work with the full process from design to final parts in the different sectors. And in order to overcome this gap in skills, companies, governments, institutions, and citizens are required to work together to make investments in educational and job training systems, upskilling, reskilling, and also, as you mentioned many times, to anticipate future skill needs and redesign professional profiles according to the industry needs. And finally, legislation. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we need a regulatory framework that stimulates innovation and sector development. We have to promote the conditions for Europe to become the market leader in this sector. And I personally think we must also avoid overloading the sector with unnecessary regulation. And for this, we need to have continuous dialogue with the industry, like this meeting today, where we can debate together the upcoming legislation and concerns. And finally, I would like to thank our host, Setimo, for counting on me once again to participate and encourage this exchange of views, which are very necessary. And please feel free to voice your concerns, your priorities, because it's important for us as policymakers to know them. Thank you very much.